babies. We love them. The Sims franchise has been around for a while now, over 20 years in fact, and I think most of us will agree that one of the most fun things to do in the game is to play God and put genetics to the test. A lot of Simmers are like me in that we prefer family gameplay. You might start off as a single Sim, but eventually the dream would be to find that special someone and start growing a family of their own. And for me personally, I like to make the most of every sentimental moment in my Sim's life. I guess I'm just cool like that. I want to have special interactions and activities every step of the way. One of the things I often looked for more gameplay features with was pregnancy. I say was because I've since found a load of useful mods to put in my game that make pregnancy that much more meaningful. So here's a list of 10 mods that improve the pregnancy experience for your Sims. If you like the look of any of them, I'll leave a link to them in the video description. So let's get into it. Number 1, realistic pregnancies. Pregnancy in The Sims 4 isn't the most realistic, it seems a little cartoony, which is fine, but if you're looking for a more realistic pregnancy experience, then it may be worth trying Little Miss Sam's Pregnancy Overhaul. It reduces the excessive size of the pregnancy bumps, and it makes it so that your Sims will walk normally instead of waddling like penguins, allowing Sims to do some activities like yoga, which they otherwise can't do whilst they're pregnant, and it also makes the duration of pregnancy longer. Next up we have realistic pregnancy stretch marks. This is more custom content than a mod, but if you're a fan of realistic gameplay, then you'll probably like this. You can download realistic stretch marks and apply them to your Sim in Create a Sim. I honestly never even thought to include this, but I just stumbled across these stretch marks during a custom content haul. I tried it out and I really like the way it looks. It just looks so natural. Advanced birth certificate. Without mods, if you want a birth certificate, your Sim will have to deliver their baby at the hospital. Well, now that's no longer the case. With this mod, your Sim will have a birth certificate appear in their inventory once they've had their baby. Normal Sim babies will have a standard birth certificate, but occult babies will have a special one. There are individual certificates for vampires, mermaids, spellcasters, and aliens. There's also the baby shower mod. This isn't the first time I've spoken about this one. This mod adds a new event type called baby shower. The mod does also come with a few new objects like decorations, greetings cards, and presents. And your pregnant Sim can invite their friends and family over to celebrate the upcoming bundle of joy. You can have a baby shower at any point during pregnancy, but it's recommended that you wait until the second trimester at least, because one of the objectives is to have people feel your Sim's tummy, which can only be done from the second trimester onwards. This one's a bit different. Poses for family photos. Sometimes when you're playing as a family, it's not always about the gameplay or interactions. Sometimes it's also about creating a wholesome, sentimental family environment. There are loads of custom poses out there for families. All you need is the Andrew's Pose Player mod, and you can take some lovely pics to decorate your Sims' homes with. Makes sense, right? I mean, think about it. How often do you go to a family home and not see pictures of the kids hanging up, or a photo of the parents when they were younger wearing ugly Halloween costumes? Sure, it takes a bit of extra time, but I think it's worth it. Seeing as there isn't a memory system in The Sims 4, it's also a nicer way to look back on what you've played through. Once you have Pose Player installed, you can go and try and find some poses to add to your game. They're downloaded and installed the same way that you would do with mods. And there are some lovely pregnancy poses out there. I would recommend having a look. I'm sure you'll find some nice poses of expectant parents to hang up on the wall. We also have the Ultrasound mod. A small but adorable one. If you watch a lot of my videos, this certainly won't be the first time you've heard of this one before. The mod adds a new option onto your Sim's mobile phone, though this will only appear when your pregnant Sim is in their second and third trimester of pregnancy. The option will be called Visit Gynecologist. If you select that option, you'll be able to select a Sim to go with your pregnant Sim, or they can go on their own. Your Sim will disappear for a few hours, and then they'll come back with a mood buff and a scan picture in their inventory. You can place the scan picture on walls or on top of surfaces, and if you hover over it, it'll have your Sim's name as the patient, and it will tell you the gender of your Sim's baby along with how many babies they're carrying. Another one, you ask? Okay. How about the Health Redux mod? specifically for pregnancy conditions and the possibility of C-sections. So this mod is more of a general medical overhaul. It includes loads of stuff like doctor's visits, illnesses, allergies, and a ton more. But there are also pregnancy-specific features with this mod. With this one installed, your sim has the possibility of encountering pregnancy complications. They can be referred by their doctor to a specialist for treatment. Of course, these are all rabbit hole interactions, but they're still a nice little add-on. Your pregnant sim can also take pregnancy vitamins, and there is a chance that if your sim has a pregnancy complication, they may need to have a C-section. Pretty straightforward, this one. Labour puddles. Another small realistic mod. It's pretty simple. When your sim goes into labour, a puddle of water will appear underneath your sim as if their water broke. Then we have MC Command Center. This mod is useful not just for pregnancy, but for gameplay in general. But seeing as we were talking about pregnancy, I'll let you in on a few things you can do. You can use MC Command Center to get your sim pregnant without having to woohoo. You can choose who the child's other parent will be. You can customize the baby's gender. You can customize what trimester your sim is in. So that means you can also put them in labor whenever you want. You can also choose how many babies your sim has, and in the settings you can allow for teen pregnancy too if you like. I've had this mod in my game for a long time, and honestly there are still things that it's capable of that I haven't even discovered yet. So there might even be more things you can do with pregnancy using MC Command Center. And finally we have pregnancy and woohoo wellness. This one is a whopper, and I'm sure those of you who've seen my other mods videos will know all about this one, because I can't seem to make a mods list without including it. Where to begin? So now you have an entirely new pie menu with several options. You can customize your pregnancy settings easily with this one. You can set your sim's chances of conceiving. You can also choose how your sims would feel about pregnancy. There are 3 options: neutral to being pregnant, happy to be pregnant, or does not want kids right now. How your sim feels about pregnancy will impact their options in the pie menu later on when they actually get pregnant. Sims that want kids will have options like talk about the baby's room, attend parenting and birth classes, go and buy something for the baby, share excitement, and plenty more. Sims that don't want kids will have options like worry about the future, try to accept the pregnancy, go to counselling, attempt to bond with the baby, and even more. Teen pregnancy is also introduced with this mod, and they by default will have a negative response to being pregnant. Teen pregnancy itself has its own module in this mod which comes with gameplay features specific to being a pregnant teen. For example, teens who find themselves pregnant will have to tell their parents, and once told, you as the player can choose how the parent will react. Will they be accepting and agree to raise the baby, or will they be unsupportive and kick them out of the house? The mod also introduces other ways of having babies. You can use artificial insemination or surrogacy to conceive a child, and the existing adoption system gets a complete overhaul. Adoption is completely different with this mod. If your sim decides to put their baby up for adoption, they can choose one of 2 avenues. If they use the foster care system for free, then their child will be taken away and won't know who their parents are. Although when they are older and their adoptive parents reveal that they were adopted, they might be able to track down their biological parents. The other option is to use the adoption agency for a fee, and that way they can stay in contact with the adoptive parents and they can meet their biological child in the future. A few more noteworthy additions with this mod are paternity testing and termination. So, there are 10 mods that improve pregnancy in The Sims 4. You'll notice that some mods duplicate certain features, so there might be occasions where some things override others. I wouldn't suggest having every single one at the same time, but hopefully this video has highlighted the main features so you can decide which mods you personally would like to add to your game. Let me know in the comments which ones you like the sound of. Have you tried any of these yourselves? What were your experiences with these mods? And also let me know in the comments if there are any mods for pregnancy that you've tried that I haven't mentioned that are really good. As I've mentioned a few times, I'm 100% a family gameplay simmer, so any mods that improve pregnancy, I'm well up for. So yeah, if you know of any that haven't been mentioned, please do let me know in the comments. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.